Millions watched the video. Thousands shared it. But no one knew the full story. All they saw was a soldier stepping off a plane, scanning the crowd, and dropping to his knees in tears. What they didn't see was the promise he made before deployment. The letter she almost never received. Or the goodbye they thought would be their last. This isn't just a viral moment. This is the love story behind it. When Daniel enlisted, he told everyone it was about duty. But to Emily, it was about sacrifice. They had been together for 3 years. Met in college. Built quiet dreams. Planned a small future. The day he got his deployment orders, she didn't cry. Not in front of him. Instead, she smiled and said, "We'll get through this." But that night, when he fell asleep beside her, she stared at the ceiling and realized something terrifying. Love doesn't protect you from fear. The morning he left, he pressed his forehead against hers. "No matter what happens," he whispered, "I'm coming back to you." She nodded. But war doesn't sign contracts. The first month was manageable. Video calls when possible. Short messages. Photos of sunsets from 2 different continents. Then communication slowed. Days passed without updates. News reports grew darker. Emily pretended she wasn't checking her phone every 5 minutes. Pretended she wasn't sleeping with the TV on just to avoid silence. One night, she received a call from an unknown number. Her heart stopped. It wasn't bad news. It was Daniel. His unit had been relocated. Signal was limited. "I'm okay," he said quickly. "Just, don't believe everything you hear." But his voice sounded tired. Different. War had a way of aging people fast. 3 weeks later, there were no messages at all. No calls. Nothing. Emily's fear turned into something heavier, dread. Then 2 uniformed officers showed up at her door. Her knees nearly gave out. But the news wasn't what she expected. Daniel had been injured. Not life-threatening, but serious enough to require emergency surgery. She wasn't allowed to see him yet. She wasn't allowed to know details. All she could do was wait. And hope. While waiting, Emily received something unexpected. A handwritten letter. Dated weeks earlier. In it, Daniel wrote, "If you're reading this, it means things got complicated. I need you to know something. Loving you has been the safest place in my life. If I don't make it home, don't let my absence become your cage." Her hands trembled. He had written it before the injury. Before the silence. As if he sensed something coming. She cried for the first time since he left. Not because she thought he was gone. But because she realized how close she came to losing him. Months later, the viral video was recorded. A simple homecoming ceremony at the airport. Families holding signs. Children waving flags. Emily almost didn't attend. She was afraid. Afraid he wouldn't be the same. Afraid she wouldn't recognize him. When the soldiers walked through the gate, the crowd erupted. But she couldn't see him. Then she did. Slower than before. A slight limp. Scars visible near his collar. But alive. When their eyes met, the world disappeared. He dropped his bag. Walked toward her. And before she could speak, he fell to his knees and wrapped his arms around her waist. Not dramatic. Not rehearsed. Just relief. Raw, overwhelming relief. Someone nearby captured the moment. Posted it. Within hours, it spread across the internet. A soldier reunited with the love of his life. Millions watched. But only they knew the fear behind that embrace. Coming home wasn't the end of the story. Daniel struggled. Nightmares. Sudden silence at dinner. Flinching at loud sounds. Love couldn't erase trauma. But it could sit beside it. Emily didn't try to fix him. She listened. She learned his triggers. She held his hand during therapy appointments. One night, he admitted something he hadn't told anyone. "The scariest moment wasn't when I got hurt," he said quietly. "It was thinking I'd never see you again." She pressed her forehead against his. "You came back," she whispered. And that mattered. People shared the video because it looked romantic. Because it looked cinematic. But what broke the internet wasn't the kneeling. It wasn't the uniform. It was the expression on his face. The kind of love that survives distance. The kind of relief that only comes from almost losing everything. Months later, Daniel proposed. Not at an airport. Not in front of cameras. But quietly, in their living room. No more letters just in case, he said. Let's build a future instead. She said yes. Not because it was perfect, but because it was real. Some love stories go viral because they're dramatic. This one went viral because it was honest. Love isn't just about grand reunions. It's about waiting, trusting, holding on when fear feels louder than hope. A soldier's love story broke the internet. But long before the views and the headlines, it broke two hearts and rebuilt them stronger. If this story moved you, don't forget to like and subscribe for more emotional, realistic storytelling. And tell me in the comments, do you believe love can survive distance and fear? Sometimes the strongest love stories aren't the loudest ones. They're the ones that endure.